Then I want it. Then I want it. Then I want it. Then I want it.
What's up, guys? Gonna do a review today on the Audio-Technica ATH-M50. These are just the regular M50, not the M50S. Here's the box I got. I just got these in today. Ordered them off eBay for $125, brand new, in the box. They came in from FedEx today, and for that price tag, I just couldn't pass it up. I've been wanting to try them, so here we go. The Audio-Technica headphone case, which is nice, just a pleather case, and then the Audio-Technica on the side. We'll get that out of the way. First off, we'll start from the cord. I chose to get the coiled cable. I believe these do come in straight cables, but I chose the coiled cable. I like the look of a coiled cable. It looks cool to me. That's my personal opinion. Some people may not like it, but in my opinion, I like it, and it looks cool. The headphone jacks are awesome. Very nice, very high quality, very solidly built. This is the one you'll use to plug into your iPhone or iPod, whatever it may be. And then you got your larger one for, studio use, guitar amp, that kind of thing. They screw on, so when you use this, you know that it's on there and it's not coming off. And it's built very solidly, just as well, out of the same material as the other one. Put that to the side. We'll go up. I do not like how this is not removable. I love for my cords to be removable, just because the simple fact, if something happens to the cord, if you got a dog or something, they get a hold of your cord. If it's removable, you can replace the cord. If not, like in this case, you're going to have to replace a $125 headphone versus a possibly $20 or $30 cord, whatever the price may be. So that's to me, it makes a big problem, but to some people it may not be. We'll move on to put this up here, to the headphones themselves. Very sturdy, very solidly built. I love them, build-wise. Now, in the videos I've seen, they looked really cheap to me. Just because, to me, in the videos, they look really flimsy, but when you get them in your hand, they're really not. They're really solid. So here, you got the Audio-Technica with the chrome accent around the logo. And I love the matte black finish, and the chrome accents just set the headphones off to me. They make them look awesome. I like them. I like the plain look. Nothing flashy, whatever. They're just plain. I like it. Then on the headband, you got the Audio-Technica logo with Audio-Technica across the whole band. And these are right and left dependent. Let's see, you got your ear cups, which swivel 180 degrees, and they fold up. They can fold there, or they can fold again. So they can go all the way up, or they can, go back down. So that's really nice. I can't stand headphones that do not have headphone movement. It drives me nuts. Because a lot of the time I'm talking to somebody and listening to music, and I gotta have half the headphones hanging off my head and half not. It's just uncomfortable and just doesn't look good to me. Here, I like how these have notches, so you can adjust specifically. You got 4 on this side, you go to this side and do 4. I like that. Nice. Overall, the look of them are just great. I like it a lot. Minus the headphone or the cord not being removable. And, like I said, here's the box it came in. Audio-Technica, the specs on the back. 45 millimeter driver size, neo magnet, 38 ohm impedance. These for 125 bucks, the build of them are just pretty phenomenal, actually. In no way am I a headphone enthusiast or know every single thing there is about headphones. I'm just an average person that likes my music to sound good through my headphones. I've had Beats Pro, I've had Beats Studio, I've had recently the Ludicrous Souls SL-150s, and all of those are $200 plus headphones, $200 plus, and I don't know, man, for the price tag, they're just, those headphones are, it's hard to compete because they're so expensive. So their sound really has to match up, and I just haven't found it. So now I'm going to do a listening review on these. So let's get the iPhone out. Okay, guys, I'm back. My listening experience for probably 10 minutes. I just plugged it up to my iPhone 4S, which obviously these headphones will sound better if you hook them up to an external amp or to a MacBook. If you hook it up to an iPhone or an iPod, it probably won't sound good. These will sound better if you hook them up to a Zune or something like that. But my experience through my iPhone, these sound phenomenal for the price. Absolutely amazing. In mids, highs, and lows. Actually, the lows surprised me because from all the reviews I've seen were like, the lows are good, but they're not great. And to me, they sounded actually really deep and very nice. Really nice. I listened to a couple dubsteps on there with these, and they sounded awesome. And I listen to mostly hip-hop, rap, and they sounded great with those. So these sound really good, and I couldn't be more happy with the purchase. $125 well spent on these headphones for sure. Can't go wrong. They sounded better than my studios, in my opinion. They sounded better than my Souls. And now the Beats Pros to me are just on a whole different level. You're talking not only price but build. I mean everything that went into the Pros. Those are I think like $450 headphones. These just are not going to match up with those probably in any category because they're just not built to compete with those. But they're way cheaper than the studios, and they beat those out, in my opinion. And they're cheaper than the Souls, and they sound better than the Souls, in my opinion. So, only thing that bugs me is if you got an iPhone, and as you can see here, these around here, the diameter of this is really thick, and it plugs in fine if you don't have a case. Now, for example, I do not use this case. This is just an extra case I have laying around. But let's say I use a case similar to this, or you might have the same one. Let me get this intact real quick. So there's the headphone jack. Now, it does not go in all the way. This isn't long enough, and it's too wide to fit in that small hole, or in the small cutout. So that will not work. You will have to take that case off. Now I use a life-proof case, and it's not only these headphones, but the only headphones that work in this life-proof case, which I got this case because it's waterproof and it's actually a pretty awesome case. So whether it be the case manufacturers, because I believe it is, because no other headphones have worked in except the ones that came from Apple when you get your iPhone. They do not plug in, as you can see. I don't have it on all the way, but once again, those don't work. So that's kind of a bummer, you know, because it's really inconvenient to take your case off every single time you want to listen to music if you have one. So that's another kind of downer. But overall, my overall opinion on these headphones is phenomenal sound. From mids all the way to lows, mids, highs, lows, all sound great. Great build quality for the price. Great look, in my opinion. And probably going to be your best headphones for the buck. So, once again, thanks for watching. These are the Audio-Technica ATH-M50 coiled cable. This has been Steven with Basshead Bandits. Thanks for watching, guys.
I toast this for the team. Way to bring another round, please. Bring that motherfucker back. A couple more, they like it.